Okay, so we would be remiss indeed if we did not cover this Troy story. I talked about it when Lupita Nyong'o, however you pronounce her name, was cast as the Helen of Troy, which started off the controversy, which was this movie, Christopher Nolan movie. His new masterpiece is interpreting the Odyssey, and can I just say that the reception that it has received warms my heart indeed. We do, however, for those of you who don't want to spend your money to support this garbage, for those of you who are interested, this is a highly sought-after clip that I was able to acquire because of my connections in the government. Before anyone else saw this, before it was in theaters, this is an unreleased clip from the movie everyone is chomping at the bit to see. And I think this accurately depicts the movie as it stands.
What is that?
So this is Elliot Page, who will be portraying. A lot of people are saying, that she is going to be portraying Achilles. I'm not sure if that's actually true, but regardless of whether she is going to be portraying Achilles, who is the main hero, or any other warrior, she's lacking. Indeed. First of all, women were not on the front lines, okay? They were the ones being fought over, like Helen. And second of all, someone so puny in stature would certainly not be chosen as a warrior. And we are all supposed to assume that this woman who looks like she is suffering from, she's having an identity crisis. She obviously looks miserable. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a video or interview or clip or photo of her where she didn't look like she was on the verge of tears, okay? Doesn't exactly scream warrior to me, but all right.
One thing I feel really fortunate about,
Okay, I almost even hating on her because this is kind of sad in a way. Like, I'm not even trying to be nice here, but it's kind of sad. It's like, girl. Yeah, you f***ed up big time. This is the kind of person who sees a therapist twice a week or thrice a week.
You know, getting nominated for an Oscar when I was 20 or whatever.
I like the subtle brag as well. She may be on the verge of a breakdown, but at the same time, she can't help but subtly brag. You know, when I was so nonchalant, I was, nominated for an Oscar.
Having that happen when I was so young and in that period feeling the worst. Like, absolutely just.
Ugh. If this is not just the face, by the way, of everyone who is supporting this madness, I don't know what is. What I see this as, all this is a woman who is thrilled that one more woman is down. One more piece of another competitor down. Competition down. They don't feel sorry at all. At all, by the way. They are perpetuating this madness. And they're pretending, but they have to pretend like they really empathize. This is like the face that I would make if I'm making fun of somebody while pretending like I care. Oh, you had such a bad day? Oh yeah, guess what happened to me? My car got totaled, my house burnt down, and I lost everything in a flood. When I would hear someone bring up something trivial, like, can you believe that I tripped over my step this morning and I stubbed my toe? I'd go, wow, that really must suck. Meanwhile, I still can't find my cat. My dog is missing. The locusts have filled the house. What's remaining of the house that survived from the flood and the burning.
Not okay. And those years following. And to learn that lesson so young, to go, I actually don't care. That's not what I care about. And something's not okay here.
Everything's okay down there. It's up here that the problem lies. Clearly. Which is why I've never seen you get through an interview without looking like you're on the verge of tears. Okay? This is like every girl when she's on her period. Okay, here she is talking at the premiere of the Odyssey. And again, she looks miserable. But at the same time is trying to pretend to look and seem like really macho. Not really pulling it off, though. I would expect more from an Oscar-winning actress. to put on a better performance of masculinity than this?
Other than I think it's going to be extraordinary, and I just feel so lucky to be involved with it.
Okay. That is not how men talk. That is not how men talk. They do not act like this. They do not go have these little gesticulations. This is not how they are. You're not pulling it off very well, and I would certainly not nominate you for an Oscar in this role. This role that you've chosen to be your permanent role in life, which you keep saying makes you so happy, and yet again, how many times do I have to mention you seem absolutely miserable in every interview I've ever seen with her. And by the way, she is supposedly, now again, I don't know if this is confirmed. I don't know if she's playing Achilles, but it actually doesn't matter because she's playing a warrior, a Greek, grandiose, masculine, macho, brave, heroic warrior. And they replaced, they got it right in Troy. By the way, I never really thought Brad Pitt was particularly attractive. I thought he was too pretty. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to lie. In this movie, if I was the slave girl, oh no, Brad Pitt has captured me. Oh no, non-consensual sex might ensue. Oh no. Brad Pitt in this movie, holy, okay? And again, I don't care. You say that's not trad or conservative of me. Don't care. That's the truth. This is what this man was replaced by, is a girl who can never get through an interview without crying. But the atrocities did not end with Brad Pitt or Elliot Page. It continued, and it only got worse. This absolutely beautiful woman, everything I just said about Brad Pitt, the men will feel the same thing about Diane Kruger. What a beautiful person. Like, I love aesthetics, and I love pretty people, and wow, just beautiful. And that's what you think of when you think of Launched 1,000 Ships, okay? And she was replaced by the Queen of Detroit, as people are crowning her, okay? This was replaced by this. And by the way, this woman despises the original literary work. So it's not good enough to adulterate the story as it should be portrayed in a movie, but you have to then go above and beyond and add your criticism for the author.
Read the Iliad and the Odyssey. Very little time is spent in the perspective of the women.
Right. And I wonder why that was. Why was that? Because the ladies were in the castles just huddling with their children. Okay? And the men were out there launching ships, waging wars, taking new territories, discovering new places, taking away booty. So if you just focused on the women, would be a bit of a dull reading, Achilles, we don't want to hear about that. The Trojans, the Spartans, we don't want to hear about none of that. Why would I want to listen to that dull rubbish when I could listen to the tales of the women sitting at home cooking and rearing children and hoping they weren't murdered when the town fell? That sounds a lot more interesting to me.
In the perspective of the women.
Right.
Right? It's told from a very masculine.
She has no idea. Okay, this is actually apparently some actual leaked footage of this as well, and this woman we're supposed to be convinced that this woman launched 1,000 ships, and if you think not, if you contradict that statement, you are a vile racist. But they weren't done. They went and they casted, was it Kendrick Lamar? Oh, not Kendrick Lamar, Travis Scott. Sorry. These rappers all seem like one to me. They casted Travis Scott as some leading man in the movie as well, because when you think of a film set in ancient Greece, what you think of is, let's bring a rapper in to play a role. So here he is giving an opening, by the way, Tom Holland and Zendaya are also cast. Tim Holland, I'm sorry, but looks like a total pussy. All right? These new actors, by the way, that they are setting up to be like the hottest things in the world, Timothée Chalamet, victim weight. You've got Tom Holland, victim weight. I mean, look at this guy. That's a warrior. That's like a ship's boy. That's like somebody who swabs the deck and the sailors kick at. You know what I mean? And they throw crumbs at. That is not a fearsome warrior. At least with the old Troy, which was not completely accurate at all, at least the casting puts you in the spirit of the time. Like when you think of people in togas and Greeks and warriors, at least you kind of got that vibe. This is just totally missing the mark. Like we're seriously casting rappers now and twerps. So please, no one go and watch this movie. It is a disgrace. And they are just trying to rewrite our history. And I guess they're just trying to make everybody feel good and feel included. Well, sorry, history doesn't care about who you are. History is history. But hopefully, if we ever see the day, we will reconquer our country. And it won't be Elliot Page. It won't be some rapper doing that. It will be someone like the Brad Pitt in that movie. What a smoke show. And by the way, forgot. Another atrocity. They also casted Matt Damon. I cannot stand this actor. Okay? They're all woke, whatever, but some actors just sit well with you. Some actors you aren't just simply repulsed by. Matt Damon, I don't know what it is about his face, but this guy pisses me off. The second I see him in a movie, like they did a rendition of Purple Noon, Plein Soleil, or however you pronounce it. There was an original version in the 1960s. Fantastic, superb, absolutely beautiful movie. And by the way, people who don't like this movie, you have no aesthetic taste whatsoever. You're like, oh, you watch movies with French subtitles? Yes, I do, because they are good movies, okay? And I'm not an uncultured swine that scoffs at the idea of subtitles. Actually, I find it quite soothing to watch movies with subtitles on.